What's up guys, this is Chad at All Dogs Off-Road, and today we're going to come at you with a little bit of video, and we've got a helper today. Hazel's here to supervise while we change out a transfer case position sensor. We'll get in the truck and I'll show you what's going on. Oh God. Whee! She's like, don't leave me with him. Look at Huckleberry. All right, Hazel, put it in 4 low and let's show these guys what's going on. I've been experiencing a sporadic issue with my truck that maybe started a year and a half ago, and it hadn't been a big problem. It would kind of do it and then it would not. Now what ends up happening is when you put the truck in 4 low, you get a whole dash of lights. You get your 4-wheel drive error, you get an ATP light inside your tack to the left hand side. Typically it'll throw like 2 or 3 more errors while that happens. And while we were on our 80 overland adventure this year down in Silverton, it was getting bad enough that it would do it every time I put it in 4 low, and then at one point I wasn't even able to get the truck out of 4 low, because what'll happen is you'll turn the truck off and then the truck will error and tell you to apply the parking brake. You apply the parking brake. Let's see, there's system fault. So it'll roll through a bunch of errors here. And so I'll turn it off just to show you. But now see, it screams apply the parking brake. And you apply the parking brake and it still doesn't know that the parking brake is on. And so while we were down in Silverton, after I got it back to camp and was able to kind of diagnose things, I checked the parking brake switch and that was contacting just fine, so that wasn't the issue. And then I kind of determined that one little hint is that the 4 low indicator on the dash just blinks and blinks and blinks. And so what that tells me is that there's a sensor in the transfer case that gets engaged by your shift fork. Your shift fork has a couple like steps on it, and there's a little ball bearing sensor that we'll show you when we get into the shop. But the truck knows when it's in 4 high, but when you put it in 4 low, even though the transfer case shifts and 4 low operates, the ECU is essentially not able to tell that the truck is 4 low because the sensor is separate from the stepper motor, the electric motor that actually shifts the transfer case. We pulled the sensor when we were at Silverton and checked it for resistance. It's a 2-step sensor, so it reads in one position, then it reads in another position. And what we found is that it's a 3-prong sensor, and we weren't, if I remember correctly, we weren't getting resistance on one of the sensors, and that's probably the 4 low sensor. So we're gonna change that today and get the truck fixed. Right, Hazel? All right. You wanna go for a ride? Maybe we're going, where we going? We driving. So this is what the sensor looks like that we're going to replace. This is a 27mm here, so you'll need a 27mm deep socket to get on it. But it's essentially a ball bearing, and it's got 3 pins on it. And what this does is it's going to ride on, there's your shift fork in the transfer case. And so depending on the positioning, that's how your truck knows whether you're in 2-wheel high, 4 high, or 4 low. So it's going to ride on steps, And then depending on the pressure, you know, on the step that it's on, it's going to send that signal to your ECU. Now this is part number from your Nissan dealership 32005-4JA1A. We've seen this error on the forums a little bit, but haven't had a lot of guys having problems with it as far as I understand. I do think that there was a recall in 2023 model year for Frontiers, Titans. I'm not sure if it affected Armadas or not, but I have a 22 and mine went bad. So this was in stock at our local dealership, so they must go through them enough to keep them on hand. But we're gonna go and swap this out real quick. So the sensor that we're looking at is going to be a little tricky to see, and Michael handed me the camera, which is dangerous, but we'll try and get it for you. So you see your front drive shaft, and then just above that, I'm trying to get the camera to go there. That right there is the sensor that you need to replace. It's tight quarters, and when we were on the trail, I did drop the drive shaft, but I'm gonna try and do this without dropping it. I think there might be enough room to do so. You'll need to unsnap your connector there and just get a 27mm deep socket on it and pull her out. So it's tight fit because of your heat shield right here, but if you got a small hand like I do, you'll be able to reach it up and pop that clip. So now I'm going to go find a ratchet and a 27mm socket, and we'll get her out. All right, so it's loose, and you really just need to break it loose. You should be able to get it by hand. So I got it loose. And there she is. Pretty easy for the most part. It's like it's a tricky spot. Just not really too bad though. So here's our old one. Here's our new one. They appear to have the same part number, so I don't know if this is revised or just a simple replacement. Everything appears to be the same though. And there are your three connectors, or your three pins. We will slap the new one in, and then this should be good to go. But yeah, the ATP code kind of threw me for a loop for a long time. So I know that there's like a parking brake or a brake sensor issue on these trucks, but for me this has only ever happened in 4 low. So take your deep socket, get it in there so you can tighten up. It is easier to get from the back. So we got her tightened down. It actually ended up being easier to get the socket in place from the forward here, and then get the ratchet on the back, and then finish out the tightening. It really only took like a quarter turn. It's just just threaded, and it's got an O-ring for a seal, so you don't have to crank it super tight. So the last thing to do is just connect the connector, and she should be done. I think I've seen guys on forums that had this code, had this issue, and the Nissan dealership wanted to replace the whole transfer case, which is crazy when the sensor is $12 to $15. So Hopefully if any of you guys run into this similar issue where when you put it in 4 low, you get a whole dash of lights and an ATP error. And there are corresponding OBD2 codes. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. I'd have to go through my phone and see for photos, but I think it was like a C1118 or something. We'll probably put that in the description. We'll get her plugged back in, put it on the ground, go shift it in 4 low, and hopefully see that we've solved the issue. All right guys, now that we have the sensor replaced, we're gonna go back out in the grass, put it in 4 low, and see if we've corrected the problem. Right, Hazel? Yeah. Okay, we'll give her a test and see what happens. Now, so your indicator, we'll clean some dust off. Still got Moab and Colorado dust on it. But you'll watch here your 2-wheel drive indicator. So we'll go 4 high. We're in 4 high, let's go to 4 low. And look at that. It can tell that it's in 4 low now. So, problem solved. Hopefully this video is helpful for some of you guys that run into similar issues and don't end up getting swindled for a whole new transfer case when all you need is a sensor to correct some things. So thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Say bye.
You're gonna say bye.
You say bye.
She's like, get me out of here.
She's like, I want my dinner.